Hello, everyone, and welcome to us trying to do an online Pilates class. Um, Hope you all are keeping safe and you all are well and keeping yourself sane during this little lockdown. We've prepared a class for you that I'm going to try and take you through. We haven't done this format before with our Pilates classes, we're trying something a little bit different, so hopefully you guys enjoy. All we'll need for today's class is a little space on the ground. I've got a mat down. If you do have a mat or something you can lie on, place it down for yourselves, and then a pillow. I'm just grabbing a pillow from the bedroom over here just to try and modify some exercises for you. If you feel that you need to take these modifications, as always, use them. If you feel like you need anything else, don't feel like there's a rush to do these exercises. You can pause the video and do a few more repetitions if you'd like. Um, it's uh, it's basically all about getting your body moving and just trying to keep us moving and progressing as we go. Okay, so I'll jump into a few exercises. Today's video is I'm going to be showing you through the exercises and giving you those options to work with, and then we'll go through a few repetitions of the exercise as we go along. What I'll try and do over here is do a voiceover over the exercises, so that if you do at any point feel like you're not understanding what's happening, you can have a look at the screen. But otherwise, just as always, find a space, lie down, bring yourself back into your body, and we'll get your body activated and get you moving. Alright, everyone, so as usual, we'll just start by setting yourself up onto the ground. We're just going to use this as an opportunity again, like I said, to bring yourself back into your body for those few moments. So lying down onto the ground, keeping the shoulders down and away from the ears, nice and relaxed, long through the back of the head and the neck. Try to make sure that we're not arching through that back. We can either keep the feet nice and flat down onto the ground, or we can kick them nice and long away. Just depends on what the back is feeling like today. As always with this section, guys, I encourage you to keep your eyes nice and closed. It's just really to bring you into your body and send your mind around your body to see what you are feeling. And we're going to focus on the breathing. Remember to take you down and to focus on that connection. Nice deep breaths in underneath the armpits, expanding yourself nice and wide. And then as we exhale, we're melting down from there. Try to make sure that the hands are out to the side and the palms are facing up so we can open through that collarbone. And just relax through it. Try to be as heavy as you can through your body. And just use your breathing for a few moments. The most important thing is to really settle yourself down over here so that we can get used to really connecting with our mind as we focus on our work. We're going to start with that first exercise by placing your feet nice and down onto the ground with the knees facing up towards the ceiling. The heels are going to be nice and close in towards the sitting bones. And we're going to be, the shoulders are down and away from the ears, good length through the head and the neck. And we're going to draw up and in through that pelvic floor again. Once we've done that, we're going to hold that position, take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, tilt the pelvis backwards as we drive the hips up into that top position while rolling through the spine. Once we've reached that top position, we're going to roll back down nice and slowly, placing the hips back down onto the ground. Once we get there, we're going to reassess and just roll back up into that top position. We're really just trying to mobilize through the spine from here. We're not spinning too long at the top and coming back down. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, tilt the hips and roll and drive them back up towards the ceiling. Just a breath to reassess there, and then we roll yourself back down into that bottom position. Really trying to move through the spine here a little bit, a few repetitions, just working with your own timing. Deep breaths in. And as we exhale, we move, rolling your way up into that top position. Deep breath in at the top, and then roll your way back down. Beautiful. We're going to do one more over there, so just finishing the one that you're on or starting a new one and finishing that last one by driving those hips nice and high into the ceiling and then working your way back down. Once we've done that, we can settle our way down from there, and we can just relax nice and easy. You can either take the hands up overhead or kick the legs nice and long, and just give yourself a moment. Whatever it is the body needs, you just settle your way in. I know I've been sitting a lot maybe, or just giving yourself an opportunity to move around a little bit and use that intuitive focus. The body kind of knows what it needs, so just let it move around and settle in from there. All right, we're going to work onto that next, or the next exercise by placing the pillow underneath your shoulders. You can have a look at the screen and what I'm doing over there. I'm placing it underneath the shoulder blades and allowing my hands to go up overhead. Now when I'm doing that, I'm extending through that thoracic spine while trying to take my hands over to see that I can be nice and relaxed and the feet are remaining planted down onto the ground. If you find that this is a little bit uncomfortable into this extra extension, you can take the pillow out from underneath your back and just rest in that normal position. Reason why we're using the pillow today is just to open up through that thoracic spine, which often if we have been sitting or rounded a lot will draw our way forward. Good. We're going to place the feet nice and flat down onto the ground. We're going to draw up and in through that pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to float the hands up towards the ceiling. Palms facing one another, thumbs facing up overhead. Excellent. Making sure that those shoulders are down and away from the ears. We're going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to take the left hand up overhead and the thumb is going to go down towards the ground. Now, if you find that this is a little bit difficult on the shoulder, just remember we don't need to go all the way down, just to the range of motion that you feel is most comfortable for you. Once we've reached the top from there, we're going to come back and alternate. So deep breath in. Exhale, extend, opening your way down as far as you can. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we come back up to the top. Then we change over to the other hand. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, hand goes up overhead, reaches low. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we draw back up to the top. Again, deep breath in. And as we exhale, we open up from there. Fantastic work. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, return into that bottom position. Excellent work. All right. Now, if you're finding that this is a little bit easy for you, we can do it with a single tabletop. So we can draw up and in through that pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, float the left knee up above the left hip into that single tabletop position. Good. Holding on to it there, we can focus on the control. Again, moving this time only through the right hand as we extend up overhead. So we're floating in that single tabletop with the left side and the right hand is extending up overhead, the same like we did before. Remember, deep breath in. And as we exhale, we move and open from there, focusing on that control of opening through the shoulder. Right, we're going to try and move that hip now, so keeping the hand still, take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to kick that leg long and away from you, focusing on that control. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're bringing it back up into that top position. Drawing up and in through the pelvic floor. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, kick that leg long and away from you. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, return back into that top position. We're gently going to float the leg back down towards the ground and take the hands back out to the side and just relax for a moment over there. Try to take the hands up overhead maybe, or turn the palms facing down if you feel like there's a lot of tension through the neck. Just relax your way through and just settle down. We're going to do another set and we're going to focus on the other side. Going to draw up and in through the pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we float the hands up into that top position, palms facing one another, thumbs facing up overhead. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we float the right knee up above the right hip into that single tabletop. Once we're there, take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, extend that hand up overhead, reaching down towards the ground. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, return back into that top position. Fantastic work. You can move at your own pace over there if you feel like you need, focusing on that control, opening up, drawing away, and then back down. Once we've done a few repetitions on that side, just opening up through that shoulder, deep breath in, and return back into that top position. We're going to start to kick that leg, drawing up and in through the pelvic floor, deep breath in. And as we exhale, opening through that knee, extending that leg long and away from you, and then bringing it back up into the top position after establishing that nice deep breath in. Exhale, kick long and away, opening up through the hip, deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to draw back up into that top position. Fantastic work. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we extend out through that leg. Fantastic. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we draw it back up into that top position. And gently float that foot back down. Once it's landed, we float the hands back down towards the ground. Gently rolling over to your side, taking that pillow out from underneath your back and settling your way down from there again. Now we're going to keep those shoulders down and away from the ears. Remember, nice and relaxed through the head and the neck. Feet can either be down onto the ground or kicked long and away from you. Whatever you feel is comfortable. Just try to relax away. Try to feel what's happening in that spine. Try to focus on what we're feeling. Is anything feeling a little bit tight or kind of that's holding any tension? And then we're going to settle in, and this time we're going to be lying down onto the ground, and we're going to be doing the same exercise, except we're going to be floating up and just working on one side. So we're going to settle down, drawing up and in through the pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to float the hands up into that top position again, palms facing one another. Good. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to float the left knee up above the left hip into that single tabletop position. Excellent. Now while we're in that top position, still drawing up and in through the pelvic floor, we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to extend the right hand up overhead. Thumb goes down towards the ground. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, return back into that top position. We're going to kick the left leg long and away. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we kick the left leg long and away, lowering down towards the ground, and then we're bringing it back up into that top position after that nice deep breath. Once we've found that we can hold on to those and we're comfortable moving through the hip and the hand, we're going to draw up and in through the pelvic floor, take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, hand and leg go away from each other, focusing on that control, kicking long and away, and then driving back up into that top position. Remember, we're trying to challenge that neutral, so make sure you're holding that neutral spine, working your way to control that as we open up through the shoulder and the hip. If the range of motion is restricted and we can't kick as far or as low and the hand doesn't go as far up overhead, that's perfectly fine as well. Take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to float that left foot down towards the ground. Excellent work. Hands are staying up there, and we're going to focus on the next side. So draw up and in through that pelvic floor, deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to float the right knee up above the right hip into that single tabletop. Fantastic. Going to float it up there, drawing up and in through that pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, the left hand goes up overhead, reaching nice and long and away. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, return back into that top position. Right leg this time, deep breath in. And as we exhale, kick long, deep breath in. And as we exhale, we draw back up into that top position. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we go with both if we feel like we're comfortable with those motions now, drawing long and away and then back up into that top position. A deep breath in. Exhale, extend. Remember, challenge that neutral. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, come back to the top. Deep breath in. And exhale long and away. Focus on that control. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, you come back up into that top position, focusing on the length through the hand and the leg. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to float that foot down to the ground. And the hands are going to come down, and once we've landed, we're going to give yourself a moment from there. Alright guys, so remember, as I'm keeping you through these timings and showing you these exercises, if you find that you need to spend a little bit more time on that, feel free to do so. You can stop and rewind, go through it again for a series if you feel like you need a little bit more. But just make sure you take the opportunity to work through. We don't want to work into flat out fatigue, but we do want to feel like those hip flexors and those shoulders are being worked a little bit. So we stick to that rep range in between 3 to 5 repetitions. And if you feel like you need some more, we can loosen up from there. Next one, we're going to settle down with a pillow underneath the back. And we are going to place the hips down onto it from there. Now if you have a look at the demonstration over there, I'll be showing you the next movement with the pillow underneath the hips. I'm going to float the hands up and then going to raise the legs up into a double tabletop, and this time we're going to be working an alternated arm and leg. Okay, so we're going to settle ourselves down. Maybe pause it if it's a little bit too fast for you, just settling your way in. Good. Once we're in that bottom position from there, we're going to draw up and in through that pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to float up into that single tabletop. Excellent. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, float up into a double tabletop. Other knees coming up. Excellent work. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, bring the hands up into those top positions, and we're going to get ready to go alternating arm and leg. All right, drawing up and in through the pelvic floor, deep breath in. And as we exhale, left hand overhead, right hand kicks long. Beautiful, deep breath in. And as we exhale, return to that top position. Excellent work. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we go for the other side. Extending out, kicking long and away with the leg. Hand goes up overhead. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, return back into the top position. Fantastic work. If you want a progression from here, we can kick the feet straight up towards the ceiling. Keep those legs nice and straight. And we can alternate from there. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, left hand goes up overhead, right leg kicks long and away, deep breath in, and return back into that top position. Deep breath in, and as we exhale, we alternate over to the other side, so right hand and left leg, and we're just going to alternate there again. Remember to focus on that control, drawing up and in through that pelvic floor, kicking nice and long and away, and then extending your way back up into that top position. Focusing on your breathing and focusing on your control. And remember, if you do feel like the timing is working a little bit too fast for you, we can pause, slow down, give yourself an opportunity to go through a few repetitions and then come back to the top from there. Remember, we're alternating, so we want 3 to 5 repetitions on each side. Try to work your way through and choose your level. So if you find that the double legs or the double tabletop is a bit too much, we can choose to float a single tabletop and just kick the leg every time and change over to the other side. Or we can try it from there and just work where we can. Choose our level to work with, extended, bent, or single leg. Right, we're going to give ourselves a moment now just to settle down. Again, relaxing your way down, giving yourself an opportunity to melt away down in towards the floor. And then we're going to grab the pillow and we're going to work for some rotations. Now this section is a little bit tougher. One of the more challenging sections that we're going to be working with. We're going to grab onto your pillow. If you have a look at the video, if you want to see what it looks like. Going to grab onto the pillow and we're going to hold it in between the knees. Now we're just holding onto it and not squeezing it. Want to make sure that there's a little bit of engagement in between the legs. If you find that it's easier to place the pillow with a little bit more narrow position, that's perfectly fine. Whatever it is, just to keep contact on the inside. We're going to sit up nice and tall, lean backwards, and do a trunk rotation from there. This is quite challenging on the core. We're going to be doing 3 sets of these, so make sure that if you want to take a break at any point in between, reset, make sure you do that. Try to keep the shoulders back and down, and we're going to rotate side to side. Okay, we're going to settle yourself in from there. Just making sure we're sitting down onto the ground. Keep the feet um, just gently away from you and the heels touching onto the ground. We'll take the pillow and place it in between the knees. And we want that neutral alignment with the hips if we can have it. We're going to sit nice and tall, so lifting up through the chest and take the hands forward, interlacing the fingers, making sure that the shoulders are back and down. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to lean, holding on to that, drawing up and in through the pelvic floor. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to rotate over to that right hand side. Beautiful. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we come all the way across to that left hand side, focusing on that nice control as we work all the way through. Once we're there, deep breath in. And exhale, return over to the other side, focusing on that control as we work through those positions from there. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, up and over we go, focusing on working your way across, making sure we keep that lean, but the chest is nice and upright. We're going for about 3 to 5 repetitions on each side. Again, just remember, guys, once we've done that, you can come down. I know it's a challenging exercise. Take the pillow out from underneath your knees. Lie your way down onto your back, and we're just going to roll across the hips. Try to keep the knees together, feet together, just allowing them to roll over side to side. Twisting through the hips, keeping the shoulders down and away from the ears. Settling your way in, rotating through the bottom section. And then once we've done with that, we're going to settle back into another set of those rotations with the trunk. All right. We're going to make our way up into that top position and get settled down over here. Now, if you want to increase the intensity of this, we need to make sure that we slow it down. I'm going quite quickly in the video over here, but you don't need to follow my pace. Remember, 3 to 5 repetitions on each side. You can pause the video at any time and just try to follow along. Going to draw up and in through that pelvic floor, shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, rotate, focusing on that control. Try to twist through those shoulders while keeping the spine nice and straight and neutral, rotating around as we drop the hands side to side. Nice and tall through the back of the head and the neck with that slight little lean to help you engage. If you're feeling like there's a lot of hip flexors working over there, try not to squeeze the pillow as tightly, or stick something underneath your butt and lift your way up. So the easier thing to do would be to lift your way up as if we were kind of sitting in a chair from here. We're going to keep rotating side to side, working with your breathing, allowing you to work in your own time. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, you finish that last one. And then gently making your way down onto your back and back into those rotations of the lower section. I know it might feel like it's going a little bit quickly over here, just trying to show you those exercises. But like I say, guys, if you feel like it is a little bit kind of out of the traditional beat of our normal classes, you can stick to these movements. These movements are based around really making sure that we can mobilize the spine while you're at home, and again working on those little things to try and challenge that neutral and that stability. Okay, gonna make our way up into one more set, guys. One more time. I know this is a challenging exercise. Setting those feet down, placing the pillow in between the knees. Remember, nice and tall through the chest, drawing up and in through the pelvic floor, straight through the spine. We're going to take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we lean backwards, focusing on that little lean. Take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to start that rotations again, focusing on twisting side to side, turning your way in. Good, deep breaths in, and then changing over to the other side. It's all about that control, just working your way through, all the way up and then over to the other side. Beautiful rotations. It's all about that spine being nice and tall through the chest and rotating again. 3 to 5 repetitions each side, whatever you feel comfortable with. Good. We'll do one more. We'll finish the last one that you want. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, just release from there. Fantastic work. Gonna make your way down onto your back and then twisting those feet over again, placing the heels together, just twisting through the hips, dropping over side to side. Excellent work. Alright, so as we're keeping moving over here, we're mobilizing that top section with a little bit of strengthening, and then we are focusing on the hips and the lower section. Try to keep those knees and ankles together, rolling away through the hips. The next one we're going to settle into is a 4-point kneeling position. Now, I know with a lot of you, sometimes with the wrist issues or shoulder issues, just make sure you choose an option that works for you. You can pick a chair and lean your elbows on the chair if you need. You can bring the pillow underneath your hands if you'd like. Whatever kind of works for you, just make sure that you adjust yourself from here. Again, I'm going to allow you guys to work at your own tempo. Again, 3 to 5 repetitions on each side as we work. We're going to focus on setting up in that 4-point kneeling position from here. So if you have a look at me as I set up over here, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. I'm going to draw the chin in towards the chest and roll through the spine, driving the hips up or driving the spine up and then tucking the hips under. Once I've reached that bottom position, I'm going to roll through the hips first, then the rest of my spine back into that starting position. So it's chin towards the chest, driving up towards the ceiling, then tucking the tailbone under. Then the tailbone's the first thing to come out, rolling through that lower back, through the mid back, through the upper back, and into that top position from there. Fantastic work. Okay, so you're going to set yourselves up for that position over there and just give yourself again an opportunity to roll through a few repetitions like I'm showing you over here. You can pause the video, you can have some music on or whatever you decide, and we can work through those exercises at your own pace. When we are rolling through, we're focusing on drawing up and in through that pelvic floor, just rolling through the spine and driving up into that top position, tucking the hips under. Fantastic. Gonna roll back down through the hips, dropping down through the spine, pulling the shoulder blades down and the head's lengthening into that top position. Excellent work. Again, give yourself 3 to 5 repetitions. It's not determined on the speed. You don't have to worry about what kind of speed we are working. Remember, it's all about the quality of that control. We really want to work through as much as we can. Next one, we're going to settle ourselves into that 4-point kneeling position again. And we're going to do a 4-point extension over here. We're going to start by just extending through the hands, then we'll do the legs. So we're going to sit up into that 4-point kneeling position. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, you see we're extending through that left hand and placing it back down over there. We'll then change over to the other side. Pinky always stays in contact with the ground and floating your way back down into that bottom position. Good. Right. Now, as we are moving with the hands over there, make sure that the shoulders are back and down as we alternate through those arms and place the hand back down. Good. Making sure that as we alternate, spine is nice and straight and we're not dropping back too far through those hips and placing the hand back down onto the ground. Remember, you can modify with a chair or the pillow or onto your knuckles underneath your hips, underneath your your shoulders. And the next one we're doing is making sure that we're kicking the hip, the foot long and away while keeping those toes dragging along the ground from there. We're not trying to arch in that lower back. We're trying to squeeze the butt to work that extension as we kick long and away. Again, we're going to alternate, and if you find that this is a little bit too fast, just rewind and go through it again, looking at the motion as we are working your way through, and again, using that same counter all the time, 3 to 5 repetitions as we work through those positions from there. Alright, alternating with the legs. Once we've found that we've got that position down and that we really feel the contraction of drawing through that pelvic floor with the 3 points over there, we're going to settle down and we are going to do an alternating 4-point extension over here. So we're going right arm, left arm, right leg as we go, and then we'll lift up into an extension at the top from there. If you find that that's a bit much, just stick with this first variation and work your way through for a few repetitions. Okay, we're gonna settle yourself down. Give those wrists a little break if you need. Rolling them around and setting yourself in. We're going to do that alternating extension. Alright, so as we settle ourselves down over here, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Going to draw up and in through that pelvic floor, extend, alternating arm and leg, and then lift and raise and hold that position at the top. That's it. Good. Now, as we focus on that control, we're doing that same side for 3 to 5 repetitions, extending. Thumb is going up towards the ceiling, spine is nice and straight, squeezing through the butt, and then dropping back down. Try to make sure that we're not rocking the hips too far either side. We're extending out, pinky and toes are staying in contact with the ground, and then we're lifting up and holding that top position for a moment. Beautiful. Remember your breathing. And then we're drawing it back down from there. Fantastic work. Alright, once you've done those repetitions from there, loosening up your wrists. And then we're going to head over to the other side. Sitting up. Good. Drawing up and in through the pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to do that alternating extension. Deep breath in and then lift. Hold. Beautiful. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, you come back down from there, focusing on that control as we bring it back under. Still working on that side. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we extend. And then we lift, focusing on that control, squeezing through the butt to lift that leg into that top position. Deep breath in. And then return to that bottom position. Deep breath in, and as we exhale, we extend out, lifting up into that top position, squeezing the butt through the shoulder. Beautiful. Deep breath in. As we exhale, float down back underneath yourself. Take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we go again, focusing on that control. Remember, drawing your way up, squeezing the butt, lengthening through that hand. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're floating back down. Placing the hands back down onto the ground and giving yourself a little bit of a shake through those wrists if you need them. Then we're going to work through one more exercise over here. As we settle in, we're going to be doing an extension through the spine. So now we've focused on that control, we've focused on the rotation, we are going to work with a little bit of an extension. So I want you to settle yourself down onto the ground, lying onto your stomach this time. So we're going to place the head down onto the ground with the hands coming up in front of you. And we're lying long and away and just settling the body down into that position. Now as we settle down over here, remember it's a good opportunity to bring yourself back in through your mindfulness, back into your body, nice and relaxed. Shoulders are still down and away from the ears, and we're focusing on the breathing underneath those armpits. And just relaxing your way down. Try to feel what the hips are feeling like, touching down onto the ground underneath the body. Just allowing yourself to take a moment and to breathe. That feels very tense on the head and the neck. Remember, we can turn it over to either side. What we're doing is going to do a little raise through the neck. Remember, back of the head is going up towards the ceiling. Going to draw up and in through the pelvic floor. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to raise. The back of the head goes up towards the ceiling, squeezing that mid-back. Face is still facing down. And then we're going to draw back down into that bottom position. Deep breath in. Chin's tucked in. Slight double chin. And then we're floating back down into that bottom position. Nice and easy and nice and relaxed as we go. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we float back up into that top position. Beautiful. We're going to hold it there. Try to take the hands out to the side if we can. And then we're going to float down from there. This is trying to take the neck out of it, guys. If you have a look at the video, you'll see that I'm raising through the chest while keeping the hands out to the side and floating the head up and down. If this is very uncomfortable for you, you can bring the hands underneath you again, or you can bring the pillow and place it underneath your head from there. Again, you can stop, pause, rewind whenever you need. It's just to show you through those exercises, to try and give you a little bit of insight and a few ideas as we work through your Pilates from here. And hopefully before we know it, we'll be back into action soon as we can in person. Alright, so drawing up into that top position, we're going to float the way back down. Nice and easy, forehead rest back down onto the ground. Beautiful. We do 3 to 5 repetitions of those, and then settle your way down from there. I know the structure kind of feels a little bit different than a normal class would, but it does give you an opportunity to really work on the areas that you need to. Okay, going to draw up and in through the pelvic floor. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to lift the head, take the arms out to the side. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Float the head back down. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, upward raise. We can raise the hands if you like this time. If you're finding that you need a little bit extra, remember to squeeze the butt to control through the back. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, up we go. We squeeze at the top, squeezing through the glutes, and we're floating your way back down. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, up squeeze. Pull the shoulder blades back down. Top of the head goes up towards the ceiling, and we float your way back down from there. Beautiful. Drawing up and in through that pelvic floor. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we float back down from there. Bring those hands round the front, just resting the head down onto the ground. And we've made it through the hard stuff, guys. We're going to grab onto that pillow, place it underneath the knee, and we're going to roll over onto the side over here. We're going to do that bow and arrow stretch as we're rolling through the side, but having the pillow out in front of you so that as we do that rotation, it's restricting the movement at your hip. So settling yourself in. If you find that it's a bit too fast, again, make sure, pause the video, get yourself set up. You can have a look at what's happening. I'm going to do that little rotation. I'm going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to extend and drop that hand down towards the ground. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we slide the fingertips across the arm back into that starting position. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we slide through again, opening your way up, reaching yourself nice and tall. Deep breath in. As we exhale, return back into that starting position. Fantastic. Drawing up and in, deep breath in. And pulling that bow and arrow, placing that shoulder back down onto the ground as you reach, open, and extend all the way into that back position, and then coming back to the top. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, pulling through that bow and arrow, shoulder goes down, hand extends, deep breath in. And as we exhale, return from that position all the way down. We'll do one more time on this side, or 2 more repetitions. Deep breath in. Pulling back, shoulder blade back, extend that hand, deep breath in. And as we exhale, bend the elbow, rub the hand across the collarbone, and back together. Keep the hips steady, deep breath in. As we exhale, up we go, pulling across, shoulder blade goes down, extending through the hand, deep breath in. And as we exhale, we come back down and floating your way back down. Fantastic work. All right, making your way over onto your other side. You can either roll over or just adjust yourself. Placing the pillow underneath the next side. Hands are forward, lying down onto the shoulder. You can place something underneath the neck if you'd like. Hands together, and we're going to rotate from there. Right, drawing up and in through the pelvic floor, deep breath in. And as we exhale, here we go, working with that rotation. Shoulder blade pulls back down. We're extending long and away. Deep breath in, and then returning back into that bottom position. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, rotate, focusing on twisting through that spine. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, come back down from there, floating your way back down. Excellent. Deep breath in. And exhale, open. Deep breath in. And exhale, return. Beautiful work. We'll keep working them from there. Again, you can work in your own timing as you feel comfortable, just rotating across, making sure that we are moving through that spine. Again, that upper section, rotations are really good for helping you open up through that spine to counteract some of that sitting that we're doing to open through the posture. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we open up. Let's do one more time. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, we come back down from there, bringing the hands down and back together. All right. We're going to settle down, lying down onto the back this time, and we're going to place the feet together and open the knees nice and wide apart. Now you can do this by placing the pillow underneath your hips to lift the hips higher. Will give you a bigger hip flexor stretch. If you find that this is enough for you, feet together, knees wide apart, and just settling yourself down over there. We're just going to drop down and away. Hands are going to be up overhead if we can, or just down nice and wide to the side. And we're just going to settle in for a few moments. Keeping the eyes nice and closed, focusing on the breathing. Lovely deep breaths in, long exhales out. Just relaxing all the way through those deeper tissues. Relaxing all the way as much as we can, trying to open up through those hips. We're going to take the hands now towards the back of the knees. Just bring them in towards the chest. Then we're going to float one knee at a time up into that top position and grab onto it. Now tucking the knees in towards the chest, hugging onto them. Can either have the pillow still underneath the back, or we can take it out from underneath there, and we're going to gently rock side to side. So as you're rocking across, just holding on to those hips as we gently move side to side from there. Nice and easy, rolling through those hips, very gentle, working your way through. Once we're done with that, we're going to kick those legs long and away and just try to settle the shoulders down onto the ground from here. Nice and relaxed down onto the back. Easy, shoulders down and away from the ears. Good length through the back of the head and the neck, and the legs long and away from you. Now we're going to settle down and give yourself a few moments to finish off with this mild meditation over here. I encourage you to just keep your eyes closed and just try to relax as much as you can. As we're settling down over there, just remember to try and quieten your mind. Use this as an opportunity to send your mind around your body and try to feel what's happened. Feel where you are feeling any of the tension or a lot of that just kind of general stiffness, just because the movements of our lifestyle might be restricted a little bit. So just generally trying just to relax as much as you can and deepen your way down into the ground. If you find that having the feet long and away from you is not working, we can place the pillow underneath your knees or underneath the hips to help relieve a little bit of pressure at the lower back, or just keep the feet nice and flat down onto the ground. Now as we finish off over here, we're going to be focusing on our breathing, just thinking about those beautiful deep breaths in and the long exhales out. As we are breathing through this one, trying to make sure that we are really focusing on expanding nice and wide through the lungs and through the rib cage. As we expand through the rib cage, feel where the air is filling in the lungs. And then as we're dropping long and away, we're just relaxing in nice and deep and dropping yourself away. It's important, especially in this time, if you are feeling a little bit stressed or feeling quite a bit of tension, to really take this opportunity just to bring yourself back into your mind and just quieten things for a little bit. Just trying to make sure that we are not paying attention to all the noise and things that's around us and just drawing yourself back into your body. Good. Now, as we're settling in over there, we're going to finish off with our mild meditation, and I'll give you a few moments to settle yourself down, and I'll be silent for a few moments. So as we really settle in over there, remember it is an exercise. Try to visualize your breathing. Beautiful deep breaths in, long exhales out. Do one more and then I'll be silent for a few moments. Deep breath in and long exhale out. We're gently going to bring yourself back into your body from here. Back into your mind and just kind of scanning through the body. As we finish off, we're going to use your focus and send it down towards the toes. We're going to scan up through the toes, all the way through the tops and bottoms of the feet, through the ankles and the heels, drawing up through the calves and the shins, left and right at the same time, scanning its way up towards the knees, tops and bottoms of the knees, hamstrings and quads and inner thighs, up towards those hip bones, feeling where they're touching down towards the ground, and then feeling the hips lengthen long and away, thinking about the lower back and that spine, and scanning your way through each vertebrae one at a time, drawing its way up into the lower back, into the mid back, into the upper back and shoulders, down the hands and the arms, in through the back of the head and the neck. And then we're going to take one more beautiful deep breath in and a long exhale out. When you're ready, you're going to open your eyes and make your way up into a seated position. Fantastic, guys. I hope you enjoyed joining us through this one. I know it is a little bit of a different format, and I know the screen is faded to black over here. Next time, what we'll try and do is, if we can try and keep the kids quiet, I'll try and run Natalie through a class, and she can be the model, and I can either speak, or we can do it vice versa. Thank you very much for being patient with us, and hopefully this helps. And we will be in contact with you soon, hopefully as soon as we know what's happening with restrictions.